Hey YouTube, Brad Browning here, and I'm joined by a guest, Kate Spring here for this video, and we're going to be talking about how to reattract your ex-girlfriend. So this video is only for the guys out there, and Kate Spring is an expert in men's dating issues. You have a YouTube channel as well. It's very popular as well. If you want to check that out, just search Kate Spring here on YouTube. And today we're going to, like I said, we're going to talk about how to reattract your ex-boyfriend, and we're going to talk a little bit about dealing with ladies in general, and also specific situations related to your breakup and getting your ex-girlfriend back. So Kate, I want to start by talking a little bit about some of the mistakes that men make when they're in that kind of situation, when they want their ex-girlfriend back. I know a lot of my clients anyway, men, do some things that sort of drive their ex further away, thinking that those are the right things to do. So do you have sort of a specific recommendation for mistakes to avoid, things you absolutely should not be doing?
Yes. My number one mistake that I find with men is during the no contact period, and they don't use that time wisely. You should be using that time apart from your ex to be social, get out of your house, don't sit at home creeping her Facebook or Instagram. Right. Kind of forget about her for a bit and really focus on yourself, because that's all you have control over at this point.
And we're talking, you're obviously a believer in the no contact period and 30 days
Completely.
Where you don't talk to your ex at all. You guys can see any of my other videos, I'll talk about that. So obviously Kate's a believer. And you're saying basically use that productively, the time that you're not talking to your ex, and focusing on yourself. Focus
on yourself, improve yourself, and then when you see her again, she can have a holy shit moment, you got hot, or you're just this super duper guy now.
Or at least it's not what she's expecting.
Yeah.
Right? I definitely agree on that. That's what not to do. What about the opposite? What should you be doing specifically to get your ex-girlfriend back, to make yourself more attractive in the eyes of your ex-girlfriend? What are some things that guys can do in that situation?
Definitely. I think your ex is going to expect for you to be at home, combing through her Facebook, maybe crying, or binge watching Netflix. I think if you flip that on its head and you do exactly what she doesn't expect you to do, I think that really puts you sets you up as a high value guy that didn't let this breakup defeat you.
Right. Because being a high value kind of individual, they're not going to sit around and wait for their ex to come back to them, hoping or whatever. They're going to get out there and live life and be awesome regardless, right?
Yeah, they're going to be social, they're going to be active, they're not going to just be sitting at home waiting for her to contact you.
So even those are probably things you're not feeling like doing right now, they're going to help your situation.
Exactly.
Basically. Okay, awesome. Now I want to talk quickly about texting, because obviously it's 2017 and guys out there are texting with their girlfriends all the time. Yep. Are you a fan of texting?
Yes, I think you cannot be dating in the 21st century and not text.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, texting, when we say texting, I mean Facebook messages, Snapchat, they sort of instant messaging kind of situations. And how do you recommend guys use texting or those kinds of things to get their ex-girlfriend back, and specifically breakup related texts?
Yeah, I think it really depends on your first text message that you sent her.
After the no contact?
After the no contact, when you first start to contact your ex again, her response is really important, and it's key, because you can tell a lot by the tone and how fast she responds to you. And then you can kind of go off of her. So texting too much, I would refrain from completely, because you can always add text messages, you can't take them away.
Right, so it's better to be safe than send too many.
Exactly, kind of less is more is my philosophy with this.
And so would you agree that the overall goal is to make it show to your ex that you don't need them, so that if you send a text, she doesn't respond, whatever, that's fine, right? You're not phased.
Yes.
Or if she sends you one, you don't have to respond, because you're not sitting there waiting for her messages, right? Okay, so and do you recommend sending text as your first way of contacting your ex? So that's the first, because it's kind of less threatening, right?
How else would you do it? Would you show up at her doorstep? In my mind, that is the only logical sense at this point.
I completely agree. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen some of your clients. They do some interesting things, showing up at the door with a wedding ring. That's probably not their way to go.
Yeah.
So texting is it's sort of a low impact,
Totally.
And it doesn't make her feel like she needs to respond either, right?
Exactly. It's just really non-invasive, but it is a great opportunity for you to be funny and reattract her and show her your best qualities through texting. And it also alleviates a lot of pressure from you to be face to face. So,
do you have specific text messages you recommend sending in that situation, or is it just anything that's fun and going to make your ex smile kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, I think keeping the conversation lighthearted and funny is great. Be brief and show that you've changed somehow. You can talk about your new hobbies or your new interests or adventures that you've went on.
But you want to be subtle about that, right? You don't want to sort of come across as, I want my ex back. You want to make that sort of under the radar. That's not your intention outwardly. It's just sort of.
I think everything to do with getting your ex back should be subtle. I think nothing about it should be blatant.
So don't do anything unnatural, basically, that you wouldn't have done before, or whatever. What about when it comes to texting on mind games? I mean, do you recommend waiting an hour or whatever after you receive a text, not responding to all of them? How do you feel about that?
I don't like games, but in this case, I do think that waiting and not instantly responding to your ex is key here, because the timing with which you respond to your ex, it really shows your level of desperation. And if if you guys haven't talked in a month, and then all of a sudden you're responding to her text within a second, it shows that you're just sitting on your phone waiting.
Which is not what a high value alpha male type person would do, right?
You might be out, you might even be on a date. Who knows? You
I
respond
think you
3
are.
hours later.
Even if you're not, you could be, and so
Yeah.
that's the reason why you don't respond right away.
Yeah.
But you don't want to leave it too long either, right?
No. And I think too, out of respect, like if you have a certain level of respect for your ex, I just think like responding regardless is usually a good route.
What about if she says something like, "Hey, how's it going?" It's sort of or a closed-ended text, that kind of thing. Like, "Hope your day was great," that kind of thing. You recommend responding to those, or everything
if
else?
If your ex sent that to you, for sure, because you don't want to be kind of the douchebag that like leaves her high and dry.
Right. Okay.
But you don't have to respond right away, is what I'm saying. But like eventually, be like, great, thanks.
Okay. Fair enough.
Or you too.
I like it. All right. Let's move on from texting.
Okay.
But I also want to talk about social media. Before that, do that though. I know you have a free attraction book for men.
I do.
That you're giving away for free. It's really awesome. Actually, Kate was showing it to me earlier. If you guys want to get a copy of that, it's called the Attraction Handbook, I believe.
Yes.
katespring.com/free. Okay, check the description as well. I'll have a link there. And it's like 50 pages of awesome stuff about all the stuff we're talking about here. So if you want that, katespring.com/free. And I imagine you talk a little bit about social media in that free book as well. So let's talk about that. I mean, do you recommend using social media in order to get your ex back, basically, to get your ex-girlfriend to think about you, want you back, things
Totally.
like that?
I think social media is the best, is a great way to reintroduce yourself to your ex, or nudge your way back into her life, if used correctly. I think if you are a man that is not used to posting a lot on social media, I think that you really need to ease into it, because going from zero, be natural. Like going from 0 to 100, and from not posting to posting 5 times a day, you're just gonna look very desperate and needy, and that's completely what we want to avoid here.
Which is me, basically. I don't know if I think I have you on Facebook.
Yeah,
if you guys have me on Facebook, you know that that's once a month. So if all of a sudden I'm posting, 7 inspirational quotes a day, it's gonna look a little weird, right? Something's happened.
Yeah, I would avoid posting inspirational quotes, because that's a little bit transparent. For a gentleman who's trying to get his ex back.
Sure, yeah.
And then be positive. Post photos of yourself. Show your ex what you look like again. Remind her. Post photos with friends. The great thing about a lot of social media now is you can check in geographically where you are. Right. So let her know what you're up to. And yeah, I just think social media is a wonderful way to reattract or get yourself back into your ex's life.
I like to see it as a tool, right? Yeah. It's a tool you can use to get messages across to your ex and basically sort of project an image that you want outwardly to project and have your ex-girlfriend see.
Yeah.
Now, another question when it comes to social media is, and we get asked this all the time, I'm sure you get asked the same, is what to do if your ex has blocked you. So, you're on Facebook and then your ex blocks you. How do you handle that? Do you re-add them? Do you just do nothing? What do you do?
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess it depends on the time frame that they blocked you.
Right.
If it's right after you broke up, then I think that's just a call for I need space. And I think you should follow a 30-day no contact period and see where you stand after. If she has unblocked you, you can re-add her and see how that goes. But I think if she doesn't re-add you, then I think something must have happened in your breakup that has caused her to really not want to talk to you again. So at some level, I think it's important to consider moving on at that point.
Okay. That's interesting. I think I have a different take, but that's interesting to hear your feedback. I agree that right after the breakup, then it's probably just she didn't want to see your status updates and your posts and stuff, right? You didn't be reminded and have all the heartache come back. But you're saying if it happens sort of 3 months later or 6 months later, you're still blocked, then it's probably not a good sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. All right, so Kate, I have one more question for you. I don't want to keep you all day. And basically, I just want to open the floor to you. So, for the guys out there that are watching, they want to get their ex-girlfriend back. What are some things that they can do right now? What are steps they can take to better their situation and to make themselves more attractive in the eyes of their ex-girlfriend?
Definitely. I think there's a few things that you can do. Number one is do not tell your ex that you want her back. You need to be so subtle about this. Don't beg or plead. Those are attraction killers. But something that will really up your value with your ex is to be confident. And I know how broad that sounds, but if you can,
cliche, isn't it?
It's totally
true, though.
is,
True
but it
cliche.
is so true. Even if you do not feel 100% confident and you don't feel like you're hot shit, you can fake it. Just fake it until you actually start to believe yourself. So hang out with good, funny people. If you want to be that funny guy in a group, start hanging out with guys that make you laugh. Hang out with the alpha male. Figure out how they interact with people and how they kind of are influencers. They're not influenced.
I think a lot of guys, they don't really, because they lack confidence, they don't think that they can project that fake confidence outwardly. But the only person who doesn't know it's real is you, right?
Exactly. Nobody knows what you're thinking on the inside.
So you can fake it basically effectively and nobody will know, right?
I encourage you to fake it if you don't feel it.
Because confidence is very important to men and it's appealing to women, right? I mean,
totally.
Women love confidence.
I don't really think that women are attracted to the guy hunched over.
Right.
So,
and that is what your ex-girlfriend, of course, is expecting of you right now. In
exactly.
this situation, she's expecting you to be at home crying and stalking her on Facebook. So if you do the opposite, you turn into the alpha male and you project that confidence.
Confidence is key when you want your ex back. And when you have that confidence, you'll just make her rethink everything, your breakup.
And I know that you talk about confidence a lot, right, in your free attraction handbook. And the URL again is?
www.katespring.com/free.
And it is completely free, right? Just
completely free.
All right, so check that out. And of course, for all your ex-back needs and advice, if you want to learn more tips, proven psychological tactics, the video on my website, breakupbrad.com, is where you want to go, but you already knew that. Hopefully you've already watched that. If you haven't, head over there, breakupbrad.com, and check it out. It's the best place to start. Kate, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. It's been great.
Yeah.
And guys, I hope you learned something. And please feel free to ask questions in the comments below. And also check out Kate's channel, and you respond to your questions on your videos as well. So check out her channel. I'll just type Kate Spring in that search bar, and you'll find her. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, Kate. Thanks for coming on. See you next time.